Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John Susbity, a Truder. Welcome back to Crusader Kings 2, where you join us here at the dawn of a beautiful, wonderful Hellenic world. Because sure, it was Callistos that laid the groundwork, but it is Emperor Joseph who has actually made it happen. We are now out and proud Hellenically religious, by which I mean not at all. This could all go horribly wrong yet. In fact, it's definitely going to go at least a little bit horribly wrong yet. Because what I did was I made sure that we've got ourselves, a bunch of Hellenic kings over Sicily and Trebizond, Bulgaria, large parts of Croatia. The problem is, however, that's just the kings. The actual number of people who are Hellenic in the world is not spectacular. I made sure to convert my territory before we actually flicked the switch, so we got ourselves, Serbia over here, and a bit of Ionia, and Athens down over there. But, the rest of the people around the world are not exactly convinced yet. And with a moral authority of only 19, though, that should go up if my kings actually do put proper Hellenic priests in the appropriate holy sites. So that should happen sooner rather than later. Getting that up towards, should be 30 pretty darn soon. Then, that should hopefully help a little bit. But, there are other problems as well. Like, for example, the king of Sicily in Trebizond is Hellenic. But the people who are working for him, not necessarily. So one of the guys working for him right now is the Mutilator, who is in fact Catholic, zealously Catholic, and now really, really hates his liege. And this guy's got himself 5,000 troops. Not enough to take this guy on directly, but too many vassals decide they're not keen on this Hellenism thing. We might find some of these kings disappearing, rebellions rising up against them, diddly-diddly-dee. And the people will be rising up in generic rebellions too. Now, generic rebellions are fine, because those are wars against me. I can just send in the army, put them down. That's okay. Slowly, over time, people will drift into being Hellenic. In just the same way that down over here in Egypt, these people are now just full-on Catholic. The Pope has been there long enough that the people are just perfectly happy being Catholic. So if I can just keep Hellenism alive long enough, people will start becoming Hellenic. And of course there are a few problems like, say, the King of Epirus, who's also zealously Catholic and really is not keen on any of this nonsense right now. So, okay, I've got a plan for him. I've been looking into this. You see, the King of Epirus and his heir are not looking like good candidates to convert, so potentially we need somebody else to start leading this country going forward. And we've got a duke over here who's got, here we flippin' go, my favourite thing in the world, a very young male child, still young enough to be converted to Hellenism. Very, very nice indeed. Problem is, the Duke sort of hates me. So, not 100% sure how we're actually going to get him on side. Then again, okay, hang on. Maybe I'm thinking about this backwards. If I was to just basically, make him the King of Epirus by, hang on, I believe I've got myself. Yes, who would have thought Peter of Epirus at some point committed a crime, so I can just try and lock him up, he'll rise up against me, we crush him, take the kingship off him, hand it straight over to this guy loves me, because I've just made him the flipping king, and as a result of that, use the leverage to educate his son going forward. Boom. But the big thing I'm worried about is the dukes deposing their new Hellenic kings. So, okay, let's just make sure we understand what's going on here. You're going to be a problem. The Duke of Trebizond. You're relatively powerful and, zealous, Catholic, lots of bad things. You're going to be trouble. The leader of the small Republic of Lucania doesn't seem to care. Even though he's Orthodox, he just doesn't really seem to give a damn about the whole infidel thing. He just doesn't care about that, which is fine. Then we have got this duke over here. He is himself pagan. Good. He's not going to care about that. Then we have got you, the Duke of Patagonia. You are Orthodox, but you don't really seem to care much, to be honest. You're content. Content more than outweighs infidel. So you're absolutely fine, all things considered. Then we're getting into small fry. Okay, so the King of Sicily should be more or less okay in that case. If need be, of course, I'm floating money, so if someone rises up against him, I can just basically tell them to stand down and pay them off if need be. As for Bulgaria, vulnerable because it's being run by a child, break this down. So, okay, a handful of major dukes here, but nobody seems too annoyed. Duchess of Transylvania, of course, we know she's on side, that's all absolutely fine. Duchess of Montania is Catholic, but doesn't seem to object too much. Honestly, everybody seems pretty chill at the time being. And you, I'm guessing you are... Okay, you're Catholic, but I'm guessing you're like, sympathy for pagan. Because, of course, we went around making sure lots of mini guys were sympathetic to pagan religion. So even though I haven't really converted a large number of dukes, we did make sure lots of them had sympathy for pagan religion. So as a result of that, they're chill with a pagan king. So that's good. That's working out in my favour. Even the ones we didn't convert into Hellenes are now chill with Hellenes being around. Okay, I'm feeling pretty positive about the situation all around the Empire here. The only person I'm worried about, pretty much, in the entire world is you. Now, you're 62 years old already, so... you're not going to be around forever. How about your successor? Okay. He's not that strong, to be honest. Also, he's got a blinded wife. Not sure what happened there, but yeah, she was blinded for some reason. But at the bare minimum, you're less dangerous because you're not zealous. So, okay. Just out of interest, because yeah, you also hate me less too. How many people would be up for murdering this guy? Very few. He seems to be fairly well liked locally. Fair enough. We'll just let time do the murder for us. Yes, I should also just very briefly explain Hellenism, because yes, this is not the most common religion, and it is a bit of an odd one, because while it's a pagan religion, it sort of sits halfway between, like, you know, a more reformed traditional religion in this game, and other pagan religions. It's sort of in the middle. So unlike other pagan religions, I'm not restricted to Gavelkind. Primogeniture, even in unreformed Hellenism, is absolutely fine. You're allowed all of the succession laws. But on the other hand, even though I'm pagan now, I am not allowed to loot or raid. Women have a handful more rights under Hellenism too, so they can actually own temple holdings and be spy master under all circumstances. But yeah, we do have some limitations in terms of how we can expand. Just like Orthodoxy, there are no holy wars yet, we'll get to that, and yeah, they're inferior at conversion. Hellenism is going to spread pretty bloody slowly. Though again, if we're able to reform that by seizing Rome and Alexandria, we might be able to speed that up a little bit. And yeah, most importantly, I can't demand conversion, so I can't just bribe people to like me and then force them to go over to my side, which would of course make life a lot easier. But no, that's not gonna be a thing. But I am still a little bit pagan, so yes, basically any territory that I border with, I can just say screw it, I'll be having that, thank you. So yeah, just basically a small war to seize a single territory. Lovely. Oh my. Oh my, oh my, oh my, just as I was thinking about how my threat had finally gone away and it was finally time to start looking for a way into Romania and Italy, what's this over here? Why, it's Italy with a child on the throne with only 7,000 troops. And with no threat, there's no defensive pacts whatsoever. Oh, non-aggression pact with Hungary. Yeah, that'll help you out an awful flippin' lot. Okay. We need to find a way in. Right the flip now. Darn it, no one's willing to move into my territory. I swear we had someone who had a claim against Italy already. Didn't we have that? Or possibly they died. Dear oh dear. The problem we've got here is, yeah, most of the claimants are going to be Catholic. Now I'm pagan, they hate me and are much less likely to come over. Though, I do find this hilarious, by the way, which is, my zodiac sign is Gemini, which is a general -5, which is just ridiculous, but whatever. But, yeah, this person hates me because they're a Catholic, and I'm a stupid pagan who believes in stupid pagan things, like the zodiac. What a bunch of idiots. And you know what's even worse? He's a Gemini. I really feel like if you're not pagan and don't believe in zodiac signs, then the zodiac sign opinion debuff shouldn't apply to you, but what do I know? Frustratingly, I'm not seeing an easy option here. Because, yeah, the rules are I'd need to land this individual. Because if they're not landed, they won't move into my empire. If they were part of my dynasty or something de jure, that'd be fine anyway. But none of these people are going to be that, so that doesn't fly. So I need to find someone who I can basically, yeah, land or get into my empire. But the problem is, none of these people are going to be willing to move. They've either already got land of their own, or, yeah, loads and loads and loads of women. And I can't land women because of the local gender laws. So that's going to be a problem. And while there are a couple of male children down over here, yeah, I can't invite children to my court. The only people you can invite to your court are adults. So, as a result of that, by the time I can invite you, it's already too late. And the handful of adult males that are floating around are zealous, which, because I'm a pagan, means they really, really flipping hate me. So, okay. The best bet is probably you. So, you hate me minus 36 right now, do you, Bertrand, commander of Fife? But, cruel, zealous too. Content, though. Only minus 36 wants to get married. Okay. You, my good man, if we were just to slip you a bit of money, that's plus 58. How would you feel about coming to court now? No, false religion. He's just not gonna do it because he just, yeah, hates me too much because of the zealous thing. Had I known Italy was about to have a child king, I would have invited these individuals before declaring paganism, but what can you do, eh? Okay, it turns out I've done a much better job setting this up than I remember, which is great, because, yeah, actually, everything related to Thessalonica is about to go to Gregorus right here, who has already gone over to Hellenism. Absolutely beautiful. The wife's Catholic, the child is... okay, not 100% sure how that happened or who was actually teaching him that, but whatever. Right, send this lad a bit of money. Just make sure we're floating enough money to sort this out. So, you're going to be next in line, but your son is not on board. So what we're going to be doing is just getting him nice and set up appropriately. Oh my goodness, the Christians have started coming to me trying to evoke sympathy for Christianity, possibly with a view of ultimately recruiting me into their secret Christian society. You are barking up the wrong tree, but I will not say no to sympathy for Christian religion, because it's never a bad idea to have as much opinion as I can to all religions. There's going to be a lot of religions everywhere. Me and them getting on, at least until everyone converts, is not a bad thing. And there we go. For just a handful of gold, this kid will now be brought up right, damn it. Also, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't realise that Queen Phyllis of Anatolia was Hellenic. Is anyone else surprised by that? Because I'm surprised by that. I'm guessing when the Emperor declares a religion, then they have the right to just basically try and, change over, basically just going with the flow rather than staying Catholic if that's what they want to do. So, okay. Phyllis is apparently on board. I was thinking we were going to have to depose her, but never mind. The problem, though, is her heir is not on board at all. That's Duke Tryphon of Cilicia. So, okay. He's not on board. There's still some Catholicism going on over there. Got it. Okay, let's not worry about that for now, because you're 44. You'll be around for the time being. Just keep a lid on it. Maybe if we're lucky, he'll come around in time. What I should be focusing on for the time being is, 1, Constantinople is under siege, and I forgot about that. That's fine. We'll just send some troops over there to chase them off. And just to confirm, everybody is still very much behind Poseidon, because even though Poseidon is Hellenic, and, you know, the Empire's sort of supposed to be Orthodox, plenty of the electors are now themselves Hellenic. There are some holdouts, of course, because, yeah, some Orthodox people are not amused by this nonsense, not in the flipping slightest. But on the other hand, the electors who are already on board with Hellenism, yeah, they're going to be absolutely flipping loving this. And here we go. Straight away, the Hellenic king of Sicily has put a proper, pure worshipper of Zeus in place in Syracuse. So, moral authority is starting to tick up. In fact, yeah, this is definitely the case. The more places I look, the more people I see who have suddenly gone Hellenic. So a lot of people have just decided to go with the flow. Now, as for my health, I'm a little bit worried because, yeah, Joseph is 56, which doesn't sound old, but Crusader Kings 2, that's getting on, especially given he is extremely obese. So that is health down right over there. Together with, I think there's another health down somewhere. Maybe not, but yeah, on the other hand, he is actually brawny, so he gets some health off of that. Fat in general does not actually lower health, but if I could get rid of this, that'd be good. So, I know this sounds odd, because we were told last episode, I literally can't get out of bed anymore. I just have servants bringing me more and more food, and everything happens in the bedroom. But, if we could get rid of fat, that'd be good. And the way you can sometimes improve your health a little bit is hunting. So, I feel sorry for the horse, quite frankly, but we're going, because that gets me health too. And honestly, I doubt I'm going to be producing more children at this point. My wife's starting to get on a bit, and my fertility is awful. Plus, I could really do with the extra martial, because 8 is just not spectacular. Oh yeah, there's a lot of revoking going on all of a sudden. I think we're seeing the purge of Christianity kicking off. Oh, never mind, I've been beaten to the raiders by the army of one of the Eastern Popes. Honestly, he's got nothing better to do with his time these days, so I guess that's fair enough. Oh, darn it, precisely what I was worried about has happened. Okay, so we got Sicily, but we're not getting all of them. I'm guessing you've just been assassinated. Okay, so the kid who we were actually, raising up as Hellenic has not made it to adulthood. Dear oh flipping dear. Okay, but on the plus side, his replacement is also a child. So we're just going to replace one Hellenic person with another. You see, right now, she's not keen on me, because I've got too many duchies and diddly-diddly-day. But that's fine. I'm willing to vice royalty those right back over to you, if you like me, therefore, and are willing to accept an educator of my choosing. It's going to be a really good education too, alright? Konstantinos, the eunuch, is really, really damn clever. He is diligent, brave, quick. He is good at his flipping job. So he's going to be educating you right now. Good luck with that. And there we go. Faith focus, Hellenic soon. Alright, you can assassinate as many children as you want. I shall simply create more. And better, the old guy has died, so Thessalonica is now in pagan hands, with a child educated in just the right way. Love it. Oh, and the new king of Sicily is wasting no time now that he's pagan. He is using that special pagan casus belli to just walk straight into Romaine and start progressing towards Rome. Love it. Ah, yes, and there's one thing I did want to change as well, which is right now I'm sitting on Croatia and Serbia in terms of kingdom titles. And the problem there is, because I'm going to be playing as Poseidon, Poseidon is going to lose both of those, so taking them back is actually going to be a little bit on the tricky side. So, what I need to do potentially is, keep up Operation Actually Use Vice Royalty, because it's pretty bloody useful. Also, hang the flip on here. You're not being educated by a what? I think possibly his tutor flipped to, oh, flip me. Okay, well that's just not cool. That's not cool. I'm gonna be honest, I was about to make this kid the Viceroyal King of Croatia, working under the assumption that he would flick over to Hellenic, but now he's 7. That's old to begin the Hellenic Jedi training, I think. I'm not sure of the rules, to be honest. Okay. I think we're good, and the thing is, the only way I can get him on board is either giving him artifacts which I don't want to give up, or making him king would make him love me enough to change the educator. Or I could just transfer vassalage and we could wait to see what happens next. Because right now, say, Pest is just, reporting directly to me. So, okay, let's see if we can figure this out here. So, Pest kind of should be reporting directly to, well, actually, Pest should be reporting to, like, itself over here. But then again, you've got this over here. Who's got the Duchy of Pest, by the way? Does anybody have that? Ah, that's you. I see. So, actually, I can't just hand you over, because that would be a duchess working for a duke, which doesn't work. Because Pannonia is supposed to be this bit over here, which they do already have, so I could just give them, say, yeah, a little bit of Croatia right over here. This is... okay. This is weirdly just some random Lord Mayor Republic. Yeah, I'd never really noticed this guy before, but he's actually paying good money. Okay, that's very, very good indeed, as opposed to next door, which is producing basically no money. In fact, might be producing, like, the lowest amount of money going. Yeah, definitely pretty darn poor. You know what? I'm just going to give that away, that's not a problem. So, you can have this territory, where actually, some of my own dynasty are ruling, just incredibly badly. And they're Waldesians too, whatever one of those is. Okay, for some reason I can't. Screw it, I'm just giving him the kingdom, because it's gonna be viceroyalty. So, even if this doesn't work out, it's not really the worst thing in the world, because when he dies, it comes straight back to me. Worst thing is, we get a Catholic on a throne for a single generation. Okay, titles have been renamed to what they should have been in the first place. Oh, hang on. If I give him that, then it looks like I sadly lose the tax of Veglia over here. You know what, that's going to happen regardless. I need to get rid of this kingdom title, otherwise it's going to cause trouble when I die and move over to Poseidon. And as I say, it's a viceroyalty, so it's fine. You know what? Have it, have fun. And there we go, we've now got ourselves the Kingdom of Croatia. Absolutely lovely, though that doesn't actually include... okay, hang on, what are you supposed to be part of? Oh, you're supposed to be part of the Kingdom of Hungary. Right. And now, child, you shall be accepting a faith education from my wife, who is kind, gregarious, and just, so she should make an excellent teacher. And summoning a physician was off cooldown, so we got ourselves a new blind doctor. Yes, 23 learning, that'll do. Okay, it's time for Peter to be moved out of the flipping way, because, yeah, a zealous Catholic has no place in this empire anymore. He needs to just go. Peter, you have acted dishonourably towards me in a way that isn't 100% clear. But what you also did was engage in a civil war that lasted for decades and achieved nothing. I mean, I'll give you credit, you've done a good job expanding the empire out in this direction, but then you didn't bother building cities so you actually got to keep it. Like, I had to buy those cities. I spent like 1,600 gold just reinforcing your own flipping territory. And I don't even get tax out of that. So I consider that dishonourable enough. You are going to be arrested, which is going to fail, which means you're going to raise your armies, which means I get to smash you in the face. Oh my goodness, he's raised his flag in rebellion. Who could have foreseen that one coming? Okay, deploy my main force of mercenaries and retinue over in this direction to head straight towards the capital. 2,000 men here from my capital can just head straight over into this territory. You guys draw together over here because his capital is actually over there. So in fact, you know what, you guys draw together first just for safety. There should be plenty of troops there. In fact, you know what? We'll send a lot. Alright, this force can deal with any of the armies around here. You guys can deal with that over here. And I've got some reinforcements coming in who can just basically help with sieging down the end bit. This should not be tricky. Ah, yes indeed. One more thing about Hellenism. It comes with, you know, taking the omens before a war. So I can choose to invest a certain amount of money to try and see what's about to happen, which might give me an advantage or a disadvantage. So, go on. 130 gold for a really, really damn good cow. So the priest says this is actually a bad omen, but my learning is so good, I'm going to say no, I flipping invented Hellenism in this era, and I'm saying it's actually good. So my armies now just gain, yeah, plus 10 morale for the entire war, which is great. Okay, fight number one's coming in over here, just a very, very small force, because yeah, we moved in with our retinues before they were even ready to go, which is great. Also, I don't know who these guys are, but like, you know, they're fighting somebody, which is magnificent, so we're just absolutely slapping these guys about here. Now, what are you planning to do right now? Okay, you're going to try and get round to Zeta. I'm happy to kick your ass in Zeta, then we go and take care of this nonsense. Because honestly, can you even get into Zeta? And only just. So if we kick their ass once, just wait. Yeah, they're going to be locked on the 12th. Wait for the 12th, and then we send in our troops. As soon as they're locked, then they're guaranteed to have to fight. There we go. Now we start moving in right over there. They'll be absolutely annihilated, and we're moving over to... Oh. Okay. 600 men. That's... I'd be tempted to assault, but... The problem is, these troops are my expensive troops. These are my retinues. I don't really want to be assaulting with my retinues, because that's expensive to repair. Okay, siege starting off down over here. There's not that many men floating around, so that's absolutely fine. Remaining troops piling in over here. This army is basically winning very handily up here as well. Need some more commanders, to be perfectly honest, but what can you do, eh? You guys all form up into one mega army, please. So, yeah, you can just get on with sieging all of that down. In fact, yeah, you should be able to just storm that. And, apparently, I am very good at falconry. Good. Extra diplomacy does not hurt. Okay, those guys have been taken care of. Report to the capital to basically just go and siege that down. Here we go. Sieging is now underway all over the shop. There are just a handful of forces of Epirus, but they are now divided. They can't really come together very easily. We should just be able to, yeah, siege all of this down in no time at all. Let me see, that's going to be a bit on the slower side, but we could just go and take some of this. That's only level 4. 6,000 men, only level 4. 6,300 for a second, but whatever. Okay. We could just go and storm this location. That would not be the worst thing in the world. You know what? We're making good progress. We're at 29% already. We have won a major battle. You're taking on those forces on the mountains because everybody loves taking on those forces on the mountains. It's great. You've pulled together in 2,000 odd troops, which is going to be a problem because this area is mountainous. So they basically can't really interrupt my sieges because they would be at a massive disadvantage if they tried. Also, Greece over here just keeps expanding. It's absolutely flipping beautiful. So Greece is now attacking whatever's left of Aquitaine to get even more land. This is just gorgeous. Oh, and this is cute. Chariot Racing. This was a real thing that caused, you know, political problems in the Byzantine Empire, where politicians and major public figures would support a particular chariot team, and then all the supporters would beat each other up, and it would get very political and very violent, and it was very silly, but I kind of love it. So, probably best to stay out of it, but, screw it, we'll support the Greens. Go Greens! Yes, the Greens have won, which everyone considers highly prestigious. And as I get older, I've decided to be a falconer. That's just lovely. Okay, 2 bits of bad news here. 1, I've just picked up stressed and my health is already looking a bit ropey, so I'm very worried. But 2, I think I've encountered a bug here, which is, even though this kid agreed to be taught by me, he keeps flicking back to being taught by somebody else, which is very frustrating. Very frustrating indeed. So I've just got to keep an eye on him and basically keep forcing him to change back over to the tutor of my choosing. And tragically, this is a war that Emperor Joseph shall never see completed, because this seems to happen a lot. We try and introduce Hellenism, and then the very next day you just drop dead. So that's a shame. Right, so it would appear that Emperor Joseph has passed away. His reign was not a long one, all things considered. He was already getting on a bit when he took over, but we shall never forget him as the patron saint of Zeus himself. Because Callistos, he was the one that dreamed up this nonsense, but Emperor Joseph was the guy who made it stick. Like, you know, so far. Anyway. So, yeah, a short reign, but he did good work, damn it. Hellenism is not going back in the bottle. There may be some speed bumps up ahead, but there are now Hellenistic people all over the empire. Give it time, it will all be a-okay. Everything will be fine. And that means we have a new emperor. A young, sexy emperor with a very different way of doing things, it must be said. For the first time, we've got an emperor who has got really, really high intrigue. which is really, really damn cool. He is scarred by nature, he's a decent warrior, he is brave, he is virtuous. Poseidon is a good man, damn it. Charitable, temperate, chaste, that could be a bit of a problem, and patient. Alright, all of those things, good stuff. And for only 24, those are some good damn stats. Plus, he's also got a competent heir here. Not spectacular, but if need be, if we had to go over to old faceless Zeus over here, that'd work. That'd be okay. That'd be fine. Now, admittedly, we did just lose some stuff to Despot Hector II, but, yeah, he won't be, holding on to that stuff for long. Let's just put it that way. Now, the question is, how light was... Oh, I can't check anymore. I think he was fairly widely liked. So, yes, there shall be a ridiculous mega ceremony. Also, there is still a war ongoing right now, but it looks like it's just about being wrapped up at the minute. Even if I did actually have to go and murder some Venetians, then again, I hate Venetians, so that's fine. They were just in the way, doing their own thing, and Zeus has come out of hiding. What do you mean now would be a good time to strike? He's your brother, we like him. I think we like him. Yeah, we get on just fine. I know you're all about the plotting, but seriously, you don't have to murder literally everybody. And there we go, massive party at the mausoleum of Halicarnassus, so anybody who liked Joseph will be super, super into this, and yeah, people who hated him, not so much, but I think by the end, most people were pretty chill with him. Okay, quick check of the vassals here. Obviously, the pagans are on board, because they loved that last guy. So for the next 5 years, we are absolutely chill. Honour to good ruler, opinion of predecessor. So, Trebizond, Sicily, Thrace, all of them 100% on board. Croatia, cool with me. Bulgaria, mostly cool with me, for the time being at least. Greece, not 100%, but then he's just sort of, you know, waiting in. Oh, hang on. Hang on. The reason I couldn't just take all the stuff in the world off Greece is because we had a non-aggression pact. Well, he's got no non-aggression pact with Poseidon. The Queen of Anatolia, not keen. Hector himself actually not keen, but screw it, we'll be getting rid of him soon. And yeah, we've actually got multiple children. There's still the Queen of Anatolia. Very few people actually want to be on the council. Just Thrace and Trebizond, actually. Everyone else is already pretty much satisfied. Okay, so some random nobodies who are just good at their job for the council. And as for the rest of it, okay. I need someone I can trust, and ideally someone of the right religion. Phyllis is the right religion, but hates me. Let's go for you. 17 is good enough. You just get on with scheming. So yeah, of course, previously I was my own flipping spy master. Okay, it's a majority pragmatist council. It'll do for now. Okay, I just want to get this war wrapped up, but naturally, big events do start coming in at the start of a new reign. So, okay. You want 200 gold for new ships and equipment for bringing in goods. That does seem important, but I don't have the money right now because, oh, bloody hell. Yeah, I'm guessing right now we're paying for repairs to the retinues. So, okay, lower that to half, please, and borrow us a little bit of money if we... That's not a thing we can do. Okay, turn that off for the time being. Remember to turn that back on later. That's all. No, off. Off. That's fine. We will temporarily go into debt. It will be very brief, though. This war is almost done. Yep, you know what? Just speed it up. Rush that final settlement. And... okay, there's a bit of pillaging and looting and whatnot going on right now. And hey, wait for me. Oh, no. Okay, so... we're learning about ourselves very quickly here. So right now, I am a good man. A patient, temperate, charitable man. So I can say, let them have their fun, it's war. I've got 1,000 prestige right now. That would also get me, ooh, plundering leader. So morale down, but national levy size up. General opinion -3, not good. Wait for me. That's 10 gold, which is not much, but 400 prestige goes down, which is quite a lot. I might pick up Cruel, which is not the worst thing in the world. To be honest, then again, vassal opinion, that's unacceptable. Or, I will stop this immediately and hang the culprits. Yes, strong leader. Is that guaranteed? Yeah, it's a temporary thing. So morale up, general opinion up, vassal opinion up. Good. Good, good, good. Ah, except actually that, oh bloody hell, 5% of all troops just dead. We're kind of going halfway to decimation. Yeah, this is 50-50. Either I lose, oh bloody hell, this is not a good thing at all. Well, I am a good man, and I shall try and be a good man. If I get lucky, we will stop this madness. And whether we stop this madness or not, you're going right into prison. Except the game's saying I can't offer him peace because none of his holdings are occupied by Venice. Which is... uh-oh. This seems like a bit of a bug, because I'm not Venice. Are you at war with... Yes, you're at war with Venice, but as you may have noticed, I'm not Venice. Okay, I found a workaround, which is I dropped a save, loaded the game but started playing as Peter, then I surrendered to Venice, thereby losing the city of Ston, and now, as a result of that, I should be able to go back over to playing as Poseidon and accept surrender, because for some reason the game was getting confused between the two wars. But now I've surrendered to Venice as Peter, hopefully this should now work. Here we go, back in my universe, and at the bare minimum, he would accept a white peace, so he's not confused about which war he's talking about. Though we have dropped to 97%, because I no longer control all of his capital, because Ston now belongs to Venice. Which is a bit of a shame, but this was the only way I could find to solve it, without going into console commands, which can sort of screw you over in this game. So... alright, that's fine, just need to win one more battle. Hopefully, the AI didn't do anything, you know, too stupid in the 3 days I left it in charge. There we go, one more victory under our belt, and you, my good man, will now be surrendering. Into prison you go. Oh, he looks much better in rags and behind bars. Okay. War over, deficit taken care of, though yeah, I think there might be some small problems around... oh yeah, levy size minus 33% around Constantinople due to a highway robber bans, and supply limit, that one doesn't matter so much. Manpower growth minus 10%. Not great. Hopefully we'll deal with that in time. So, let's make sure we understand the state of play here. Number 1, King of Croatia, still very fond of me because he liked my predecessor. I am educating him myself in the vague hope he won't just immediately decide to flip to being educated by somebody else. This kid is going to be made pagan, damn it. Not sure if this is a bug or because my throne changed over, but yeah, she's also being tutored by someone she shouldn't be right now, so that's fine. She likes me enough because of the massive celebration of my predecessor. She'll go over to the new Guardian, but we should really keep a close eye on these individuals because something weird's going on there. Pex is having a small revolt, we'll keep an eye on that, not particularly urgent immediately. Bulgaria, me and you should be chill for now. So you're up to 14, and also engaged to marry my niece. That's absolutely fine for the time being. Your vassals seem very chill with you, and you're very chill with me, so that's great. Though just in case he dies early, his current successor, who's some kid who's the child of another duke who seems to be fond of me, let's make sure he's faith-educated too. Thrace absolutely loves me, no problem there whatsoever. Ah, one thing I may or may not have realised at some point. Yeah, there's actually a lot of power in House Dukas right now, which is the guy who is actually King of Trebizond and Sicily, is also the brother of the King of Bulgaria, meaning if he dies, then... oh. Okay, is the same true the other way round? No, the same isn't true the other way round for whatever reason, but if you were to die tomorrow, then Trebizond and Sicily would move over to Bulgarian hands. That would be dangerously powerful, to be perfectly honest. That might be a bit too much power in Bulgarian hands, actually. Especially as the Duchy of Oltenia is currently being run by, yes, a 70-year-old woman with no children. So, or rather, no living children. And as a result of that, Oltenia is potentially about to go straight over to him as well. That's a huge amount of power that might be about to concentrate. Arguably a bit too much. Okay, I've got a plan. We need to start weakening Bulgaria just a little bit because, yeah, they're getting a bit dangerous here. So, say hello to Duke Dragoman, which is an amazing name, alright? I'm just going to call him Dragon Man. He's amazing. So he's actually, yeah, fully on board with Hellenism. And, better and better, his son is Hellenic as well. Well flipping done. Love it. So, you, my good man, you're about to be elevated a little bit, shall we say. Maybe not just this second, because I don't have the money, but I can create the Kingdom of Wallachia. So, if I create that, give that to him. One, he gets the right to move straight over into Moldavia, which hopefully he will do. And that would hopefully mean Oltenia might move on to him rather than over to Sicily. And should mean a big old chunk of Bulgaria. Actually, would that happen? Or would they just sort of keep hold of the land? Presumably Bulgaria wouldn't just give up the land. Okay, the bare minimum, then Oltenia could be transferred to him. This bit of land over here would move over to Wallachia. It's not spectacular, but it would do, just for breaking a bit of Bulgaria's power. Because bear in mind, if Bulgaria succeeds, they hold this bit of land over here, and also all of Bulgaria, and Sicily, and Trebizond, and of course eastern Bulgaria in this part of the world, and the bit of Iraq that somehow they still flipping own. That's too much power. That's dangerously too much power. Okay, 368 gold to do that, so just save that up and then make that happen. Oh, and this here. This is what I want to see. I've got no non-aggression pact with this idiot whatsoever anymore. He's just been chilling out in prison for many, many years. And now, religious revoking is allowed again. So, the only people who would object would be Catholic vassals. How many of them do we even have left? Okay, obviously the two guys I've got in prison, so we can sort that out imminently. That's not a problem. Then we've got Rastko. That's gonna be an issue, because are you still being educated by... Okay, you're already being educated by me, so you're not going to be keen about this, but you're going to realise the error of your ways momentarily. Then we go down into less and less important vassals, obviously a bit of orthodoxy. There is the... Ah, yes, of course, the Duke of Trebizond. We knew you were going to be a problem, but honestly... Wait, do I even have the right to revoke? Because I'm not your direct liege, so no, I can't. So that's fine. Honestly, you're 63. You're not going to be around for too much longer. Then the Duke of Azerbaijan, because Bulgaria, what the bloody hell are you doing? Duke of Cilicia, I believe the current heir to the throne of Anatolia, so you might have to be dealt with sooner or later. Yeah, handful of dukes and whatnot, but honestly, it's not much. I'd say this is worth doing. A few Catholics are going to hate me, but this level of power grab. Alright, I'm not going to get another chance at doing this much power grabbing. In particular, it's time. The Kingdom of Greece is coming back to me. Because I can't help but notice, yeah, his heir's changed. So I assume that the previous heir died because he was incapable at some point. So I'm not sure what happened to him, but something bad happens. So, Catholics will hate this for minus 30. He'll obviously despise it, but I don't care. The Kingdom of Greece is now mine. Oh, and guess what? So's the Duchy of Achaia. And I'll be having the County of Corinthos, and I'll be having the County of Achaia as well. Lovely. And guess where all that's going? Hello there, faceless Zeus. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give him the Kingdom of Greece Viceroyalty. So, as I've already got the Kingdom of Greece to hold over his head, and that of his successors, I'm just going to give him the Duchy of Achaia as is. And there we go. Greece is now back in Greek religious hands, and on top of that, yeah, the current king absolutely flipping loves me, and even better, their title is now a Viceroyalty again. On the other hand, Queen Phyllis is becoming a problem. So, yeah, you know what? I've got a good spy master. Let's try and blackmail her. Not sure what's going to happen. And does this affect me in any way? Sorry, is this a crusade for Wales? Because I think it is, and that's the best thing imaginable. You guys are wasting a crusade on sending all of Christendom to attack Wales. I mean, fair enough, I suppose. You were a bit humiliated during the last crusade, so sure, go for a softer target this time. Personally, I'd be more concerned about the pagan religion that's been slowly creeping up Italy and is now only, 3 territories away from Rome, but sure, whatever. Oh my goodness, King Peter just joined the crusade from prison and is deploying troops to go and assist. Right, moving over to Epirus because we've got some more revoking to do. Guess what? You're not the king anymore. So yeah, the penalty for treachery is I can take one and only one title off you. After that, usual rules apply. So what we're going to do at the bare minimum is take these 2 titles here. So Castoria and Bitola. For the sake of him no longer having any land in this area. Maybe he can just keep this area over here. But yeah, those 2 counties, we need to be taking them. So take them and then revoke title county of Bitola. And then yeah, that should actually leave you with nothing but the Duchy of Hum and its constituent parts. Now, unfortunately, that's upset the rest of Epirus, because the rest of Epirus is very Catholic. But this guy, Duke Iganu, who's got a very fun name to say, you're the guy I've got my eye on, because you have got a young son, young enough to be moulded in a more interesting direction going forwards. My man, I know you hate me right now, but wait until you see what I've got on the conveyor belt for you. That's right, it's all the territory that used to belong to your king, and that means he's got over the fact that his king was robbed really, really damn fast, as it turns out. And you, my man, shall be having the Kingdom of Epirus as a viceroyalty, so pretty much all of the southern territories are now back as they should be as viceroyalties. Lovely. Oh, look at that, he's put on a lovely fancy hat. Now, I only want one tiny little thing in return, and that's your firstborn child. And it is done. Next in line to the Epirus throne shall now be Hellenic. Ah, and life is very, very easy indeed. I can just actually revoke this title. Hector II will hate it if I actually take the Kingdom of Serbia off him, but I kinda don't care, it's absolutely fine, because I've got a claim, so nobody actually objects. Boom, that's going to be mine then. Taking the county back is a -15, and technically, I don't even have the room for it, which is a bit of a shame, because yeah, I've only got 8 out of 8. Okay, you can keep that for now, we might be taking that off you again later. As for me, yeah, I want to go over to... I could do family focus, or I could just go straight over to seduction. That still gets my fertility up, sex appeal up as well. Intrigue is sort of my strong suit. I mean, I need to have children, but I could use seduction rather than family, then again. My diplomacy is pretty bad right now. Diplomacy is generally useful. Let's start with family, for now. And speaking of which, I need one of those. Slim pickings, though, because no one's willing to accept, offers from what they deem to be infidels. So as a result of that, there's not much good here in terms of, highborn. Just a lot of random nobodies. In fact, if I want Hellenic, pretty much my only option is a bunch of princesses of Thrace. So, it's not a great bunch. To be perfectly honest, not a great bunch at all. Honestly, you're the best of an unspectacular bunch, so we'll start with you, because I don't think we're going to get much in the way of a better offer, unfortunately. Okay, so that is the current state of the Byzantine Empire, and that means one major thing I do need to do. I haven't nominated a successor yet, because my vote is worth a lot. Plenty of people just vote with me if they like me enough. And right now, the King of Thrace is actually up for the job, which is of interest. I mean, my eldest brother would actually be Carlo, who is Italian, but is Hellenic, and is currently not married, has no children. Okay, would you be willing to get married and start producing some, please? Okay, I literally have no women of childbearing age of the right religion. Okay, hang on, I think I can generate some. I basically never do this, but yeah, I can spend gold to just make women appear. She is a fortune-building Gemini, everyone hates Geminis, who is a theologian. She's angry, lustful, arbitrary, and eats slightly too many pies. She's perfect. Right, you two, get married, start having children, ASAP, please. Oh, in fact, we've got, some small problems here, which is my heir is Carlo right now, because he is heir to the kingdom of Serbia, because the Kingdom of Serbia plays by pure agnatic primogeniture. So he's the eldest brother, so he gets that. I'm currently going to lose the Byzantine Empire to the King of Thrace, and everything else is just going over to agnatic cognatic primogeniture, which for some reason decided to because Zeus was born in the purple. Because those are... Wait, hang on. Some of those aren't de jure, but Serbia is also de jure. So why is Zeus not skipping the queue here, but is skipping the queue? Okay, this could be a problem, actually. For whatever reason, Zeus is not showing up as an option. Possibly disfigured counts as blind. I'm not 100% sure. So I guess I have to back Carlo and see if anyone's willing to go along with me on that. Because if anyone's willing to go along with me on that, then Carlo, I believe the Emperor inherits, like, other stuff by default. I mean, this is fairly academic, because I'm young, so all I need to do is not die. But in Crusader Kings 2, yeah, that is sometimes the trick, isn't it? Also, what on earth's happened to the economy? Because I swear it was much better than that not long ago. Yes, the Emperor doesn't wield the most influence if he's disfigured, deformed, or underage. So I don't know whether that means as a result of that Zeus just can't stand, because at some point he got his face chopped off. This will sort itself out. Alright, the King of Thrace is 60 years old. He is not going to be around forever. Ooh, and apparently Count Hector is leader of a plot, so I can just use the old imprison trick on him. So let's do that. Oh no, he raised his flag in rebellion. Well, who knows what we're gonna do about that. Whatever shall we do about him and his... Oh, bloody hell. His two tiny, insignificant territories. Right, into prison you go. No need to rush to reclaim any of this, by the way, because yeah, I literally don't have the space for it in terms of domain size. Down the line, might be willing to do something, and yeah, there's gonna be uprisings. There's gonna be so many uprisings. And preachers from more well-established religions will be coming in too. No, no, no. In the dungeon with you, my friend. Though actually seems I'm a bit late to the party here. It would appear that, yeah, the forces of Trebizond have very handily taken care of this rebellion by themselves. Well done, lads. Yes, and now I've got the money for it. The Kingdom of Wallachia is now going to exist. Hooray for me. So we're just going to be handing that straight over to you. As a vice royalty, of course, so we can get it back later if need be. Oh, I'm so sorry. I've made a real mess of Bulgaria. Oh, I thought it was going to be less messy than that. Okay, this time the King of Croatia has stayed on the level and he has become Hellenic. Beautiful. So that means we have now got ourselves, let's just count them up here. Count them up. We have now got ourselves one adult King of Sicily and Trebizond, who has now actually got a wife as well. So hopefully they can start producing children really damn soon, because yeah, I wouldn't mind actually gavel-kinding them, because they like me, so they'd probably be willing to accept it. And then we've got ourselves, yeah, one King of Sicily, one King of Trebizond. That would probably be for the better. Then we have now got ourselves, on top of that, one Hellenic king of Greece. That is now under viceroyalty. Same over here in Epirus. Those guys are viceroyalty, but not yet Hellenic. But that's absolutely fine, because we are, even at this moment, converting the heir to the throne to be Hellenic. So that's all absolutely a-okay. I've got Serbia, that's absolutely fine. Teams is just sort of floating around by itself. But the soon-to-be Duchess does actually like me, and she's going to be Hellenic too. We have got ourselves, yep, a King of Serbia, Hellenic, absolutely flipping beautiful, so okay, we're getting somewhere. King of Thrace, we know about. King of Bulgaria is almost of age at this point, almost of flipping age, so as soon as they're all adults, assuming you all survive, because yeah, teams didn't make it, all we need to do now is start getting out children, because I've tried to hook these people up with other Hellenic girlfriends, so their children are guaranteed to be Hellenic. Oh, and life just gets better and better, because guess who's suffering a civil war right now? Yeah, it's the zealous Catholic Duke of Trebizond. Good, let's get him in prison. And good start, we've got a pregnancy going on. It's going to be a legit pregnancy, born in the purple, all of that good stuff, so that kid should basically, yeah, jump straight up all of the inheritance, getting rid of all of this nonsense. And who'd have thought it, the combined powers of Western European Catholicism were successfully able to subdue South Wales. Oh, and good news, the city of Stonor needs to basically cheat to get rid of in order to end the war with Epirus has just been usurped by Ragusa, so everybody wins. Oh, and here we go. Good opportunity for me to actually, if I'm very, very lucky indeed, add to my list of virtues. I mean, it's a 5% chance, but let's get our health up. Let's make sure we have a healthy wife, healthy child, and come on, kind. I mean, come on, it was 5%. I didn't think it was going to happen, but it would have been a lovely omen, because Poseidon is a good man, damn it. Okay, slight problem though. The King of Bulgaria's come of age, and he's terrible. He's just awful. Now, that's not the worst thing in the world, having a slightly weak vassal who's in a powerful position. That's okay. The problem is he wants to be on the council. I really hope we've got a good advisor slot ready to go. In fact, we've got this guy, the King of Thrace, in the advisor slot, despite the fact he's actually Marshal of 18, which is damn solid, so you can just move straight up to Marshal. The other advisor slot is Zeus, which is probably fair under the circumstances, meaning that Kresimir, the King of Bulgaria, can now move into an advisor slot, so he's now content, and he should be, yeah, he's perfectly happy with me already, that's fine. Though irritatingly I am a weak leader for the next 8 years, because apparently I failed to get the looting under control, which is bad luck. So, that is now the shape of the Byzantine Empire. I think I've made it slightly more border-gory, but just in case you think that's a mess, just look up north, okay, seriously. Next to how Eastern Europe's doing, I'm doing a lovely, lovely job, and I think we're now in much, much better shape here. Everything's looking solid. Hellenism hasn't immediately collapsed. Kings haven't been thrown in prison by their own priests. Everything is starting to move in the right direction, and a brand new generation has taken over. We have got Emperor Poseidon himself. We have got Zeus, now the King of Greece. We have got a young, exciting, sexy, age 19 King of Sicily and Trebizond, and of course a 16-year-old King of Bulgaria too. How are you doing, by the way? You're only 36. You're an old man by the standards of this ruling class at the minute. Absolutely lovely. And of course, yes, teams in Croatia, also headed by literal children for the time being at least. So the new generation is coming in, and threat is now completely warded off. Hellenism appears to be secure. I would say it's time for us to start throwing our weight around, damn it. I've got the retinues healing up right now. This leads to a tiny bit of healing, but oh yeah, we've got a good 45,000 troops ready to go here. We can start picking our targets, moving in, taking whatever we want. How are you guys doing, by the way? Haven't checked in with you for a while. 28,000. You guys are doing well. Bloody hell, it's the tribals. The tribes produce a lot of troops. Now, Antioch, though, that could be worth having a bit of a look-see at. There is a downside though, which is, for the time being, I don't get holy wars anymore. So, it's not as easy as it used to be. I can do, yes, single territory conquest against the Abbasid dynasty, or I've got de jure claims. So, I do have some de jure stuff I could do, and arguably, that's better anyway. Because the de jure stuff means I'm not actually, going to be attacked by all the other forces of the same religion. It will be slower, though. It will be a lot slower. Maybe leave that alone for the time being. Italy. It's gotta be Italy. Italy right now is not in a good position. And Romaine's in an even worse one, actually. All we need to do is creep forward the smallest amount, just one territory, one territory, one territory. And there'd be no truces because all 3 territories belong to different people. We could have Rome in our hands in a matter of months. Also, I forgot to check my zodiac sign. Hang on, what's my zodiac sign? It better not be Gemini. Aquarius. Diplomacy at -1, prestige up. Okay, I kind of wish I hadn't accepted that. That is again terrible. And sadly, one bit of bad news to wrap up today. My first child was unfortunately a daughter. Still, she'll be diplomatically useful. And we'll go for... what do I like, by the way? Anastasia, that's lovely. And more Orthodox revolts too. That's fine. We knew those were going to be happening. It's a-okay. Right, I would say that is more than enough for now, ladies and gentlemen. We have got ourselves Hellenism pretty well settled, alright? We have got Hellenic people this generation and next all over the shop, and I imagine several of you in the comments will be quite relieved that Viceroyalty is now making up the majority of the kingdom titles in the Empire. I imagine some of you are very, very happy about that, because some of you were very, very unhappy about giving them away in the first place. But that's fine, we've taken them back, everything's under control. Next time, Rome. We're going to Rome. We're just gonna march straight into flipping Rome and also stamp on a lot of Catholics and a lot of Orthodox people, because there's about to be a lot of flipping rebellion. So, all of that coming up very, very soon indeed. But in the meantime, I've been John, this has been Many a True Nerd, and this has been Crusader Kings 2. Thank you very much, and goodbye. This guy's enjoying that. This guy's enjoying his elephant a bit too much.
Oh my god.
In Fair Verona, we set our scene. Oh my god, Becky, look at her butt. It is so big. They've managed to glitch inside one of the buildings. Elephants in the rear! And then in come the chariots!